everyone, my name is Kim, and this afternoon I'm going to talk about a mental illness that is rarely talked about or mentioned in the mental health community, and that is depersonalization and derealization. Okay, so these can be serious mental disorders if they're not treated. Okay, so to describe these two mental illnesses, so depersonalization is, a person is disconnected from their thoughts, they're disconnected from their feelings, and they're disconnected from their physical body. In their view, which is skewed, okay, by this disorder. They don't feel connected to their body. It's like, the best way to describe it, but I was doing my research, and I think this is the way I describe it, is it's like you're detached from your body. It's like your mind is just floating around. There's no connection to your body, or they have a warped sense of reality. Like they may see their arms, but they're gonna see it like they're large. They're large, and that sort of thing. They are disconnected to their environment. They are disconnected from people. With this disorder, it prevents you from, forming a connection with people. People with depersonalization, they've checked out. They're not connected to their environment. Like an object or something, or they're just not connected to their environment. Also, now, this is going to be a short video on these disorders. Depersonalization, you're disconnected from reality. It's almost like, excuse me, it's almost like, it's like you're floating, like you're out of your body, and you're observing it, but it's not reality. It's what a person with depersonalization, this is what they experience. It's like they're looking at themselves. It's like they're totally disconnected. Yes, so now when you have to get it treated and go to a doctor and get it treated, if it gets worse, if it interferes with your daily life, your daily routine or whatever, because it can, because you're not in reality, and so when you're not in reality, doing everyday tasks, things that you do every day, is going to be hard. It's going to be daunting. And so when it gets that bad, a person, with this disorder has to go and see a therapist or a psychiatrist or something. Some get put on medication. Some are recommended to to a psychiatrist or a therapist that specializes in behavioral cognitive disorder. And from what I've heard and have done research, is that it's a good type of therapy, and it helps people with depersonalization to try to feel connected to their body, to people around them, to fit, just their whole environment, the physical things, in their environment. That kind of therapy is very helpful if medication doesn't work. So when it gets that bad, that person needs to seek help. Okay, now I'm going to describe derealization. Now, derealization, it kind of goes hand in hand with depersonalization. But with derealization, it's like you're not in reality. It's like you're in a movie, It's like you're watching yourself in a movie, and everything, the whole surrounding and everything. It's like you're in a dream, and it's just nonstop, it's just a dream. Colors become more vivid with derealization, or colors, and even people with depersonalization experience that too. But people with derealization, the colors are brighter, they're more vivid, in their environment. But also, it can be black and white, no color, like there's no life to the environment. Everything is dull, So people with this disorder, both disorders, they don't have a good sense of reality, and they're not connected. Like I said, it's like a floating head, floating around without being, without the body, because they're so disconnected. Now, I'm going to go into the reasons why depersonalization rears its ugly head, and derealization too. Depersonalization and derealization can come from childhood trauma. And so when they've gone through that, they've had to shut down. They've had to disconnect, from the environment, from people, from everything. And so, this having trauma in your life, that can cause you to disconnect and not be present, in reality. And that's the same thing with people who have derealization. They have gone through a childhood or an adult trauma. And so, it is rarely talked about. I mean, we mostly hear about depression, anxiety, stuff like that. But these two disorders are rarely talked about. And, if the person does not get treatment for these two disorders, it could be a serious thing. You could, you might be you know, you might be assessed by a psychiatrist, and maybe, you know, the psychiatrist is making arrangements for you to go to a some of my thoughts here. Uh, the floor, you know, where you seek help from a psychiatrist. The psychiatric ward. Yes, that's the word. My mind has just been so, anyway. So yeah, so if it gets that serious, they would have to be referred, you know, to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist would make arrangements for them to be in the psychiatric ward, you know, and that they get the treatment they need. And like I said, sometimes people don't respond to medication with these two disorders. Sometimes they, you know, I've heard, you know, when I did my research, I've heard that cognitive behavioral therapy really works. Like I said, it helps them to try to come down to reality, you know, and to be more present, and to really talk about what brought this on, because it's something has brought it on, you know, like trauma, you know, trauma of any kind can cause a person to disconnect or just split, you know, as if they're looking at themselves from, say, like a bird's eye view, you know, like they're out of the physical body and viewing it or observing from bird's eye view the physical body, you know, what's happening. Okay, my time is it's a little bit over anyway. So I hope that you enjoy this video. It's, when I did the research, it was, you know, really interesting. So yeah, I hope you have a good afternoon. Thank you for watching my video, and I'm going to say goodbye. Bye.